The story of Augustus Caesar, his rise to fame and his reigning. Augustus's childhood. Augustus was born on the 23rd of September, 63 BCE. His parents were Gaius Octavius and Asia Balba Caesona. Augustus's birth name was Gaius Caesonius, but he was usually called Octavian until his later life. Octavian was born during the Roman Republic, and he lived in a city not far from Rome called Velletri. When he was just 4, his father passed, and his mum remarried, leaving Octavian all alone. Luckily for him, his grandmother Julia Caesona was willing to take care of him. As it turns out, Julia is Julius Caesar's sister, so Augustus became high in the social status of Rome. He grew up with his grandmother watching Julius Caesar fighting. He couldn't wait until he could fight alongside him. When he finally could, Julius was so impressed with him that he made Octavian heir to his fame and fortune. Moving on a couple of years. In 44 BCE, Julius Caesar was assassinated. This happened because some people thought he was gaining too much power and he was going to ruin the Roman Republic by becoming the emperor. So it was Augustus's time to step in. Augustus found out about the things Julius had left him. He got advised not to take it until he was older, but he ignored this advice and took it. He ended up ruling with Mark Antony and Lepidus, forming the triumvirate. There were a lot of bumps along the way, and in this arrangement, Mark Antony and Augustus ended up being enemies. In one disagreement, Mark Antony allied with Cleopatra, but Augustus's troops still conquered. Mark Antony and Cleopatra committed suicide among defeat, which left Augustus to rule on his own. The Roman Empire was large at this time, although it was not as big as it has ever gotten. This was because Augustus was more focused on making the land he had at the time instead of growing it. The Ark of Augustus and the Temple of Augustus were both man-made structures at the time of Augustus's ruling, and the Alps is a natural landmark. The Temple of Augustus is 1,451 kilometers southeast from the Millennium Orient. The Ark of Augustus is 1,451 kilometers southeast from the Millennium Orient. And the Alps are 1,055 kilometers south from the Millennium Orient. Augustus created many laws that helped make happy families. He made strong laws regarding adultery. His own daughter ended up being banished to a small island called Pedantra because she broke these laws. He also made the divorce laws much stronger to keep families together. He even made a law that stated if you were an unmarried 38-year-old man or older, you had to pay a tax that no one else did to encourage them to get married. He rewarded proper families with 3 or more children to help with this. The government at this time was strict, but it worked. Augustus was a very tactical man in the way that he helped people, so they would help him. Augustus made a big impact on ancient Rome, a good one as well. He made the honest Roman tax system, abolished the farming tax which helped the flow of the currency coming into Rome, and he created 2 sets of laws, one for citizens and one for non-citizens. And lastly, he restored peace and faith into Rome, which lasted for 3 centuries after as the one. As he once said, "I found Rome in a brick, and I shall leave it in marble." And that is what he did. As it turns out, Augustus Caesar is one of the, and if not the most important people in the success of Rome. He took a falling apart republic and changed it into a well-running super empire. He used clever ways of thinking to put the Roman people before him. The Story of Augustus Caesar by Ruby Lake.